have several of them that are new. I think everybody's new, fairly new, and or just getting started. And so the whole thought was just a matter of what's the best way to launch. Like some have been drinking for a while, so they kind of do have their own story to tell, but some are fairly new customers, so they don't have, you know what I mean, like a big story. So it's just kind of like, what's your suggestion for the best way to share on social media? Because right now we're very limited with what we can do.
That's all we can do.
And then the other way is when they start getting the questions, like what's the best way to like field them and handle them?
Got it. Well, I'm just going to introduce myself really quickly. I don't know if I have been connected to all of you guys, but just in case I haven't, my name is Jessica Craig. I am from Alabama. So we live in a really small town. I don't know where all of y'all are from. If you want to pop it in the chat, just let me know where you're from. I'm only like an hour and a half away from Jamie. So I don't
Jackie
know.
and Kelly are in Dunlap.
Okay.
Tracy, where do you live now? You'll have to unmute.
Sorry. I'm in Crossville. Okay. And sorry, y'all. I just scrubbed my face clean, so I look pretty pathetic.
This is a no zone. Do you live in Chattanooga?
Julie, do you live in Chattanooga?
I'm in Hickson.
Oh, yeah, that's where I am. So, yeah, we're all tight to each other then.
Oh, okay, cool. So when life gets back to normal and we're allowed to do things again, I'll definitely plan on coming out there with you guys, and we'll plan a big keto life party and just hang out and get to meet you guys face to face and have some fun. So before all this happened, I feel like my life was crazy. We were always running, and so sometimes I was just so thankful to be able to just sit at home. And now over the past few weeks, I'm like, get me out of here. I volunteer as tribute to go anywhere and do anything. Like I will buy all the groceries, run all the errands, go on all the trips, like whatever needs to be done. I'm your girl because I'm ready to roll up out of here. So Steven's my husband. He's upstairs giving Maddox a bath, but we have been drinking and sharing ketones now for 3.5 years, which seems crazy. So I'll tell you just a little smidge about when we got started 3.5 years ago. Our Mandy Mitchell, I'm sure you guys have at least seen her on Zooms or whatever, but we have been best friends for a while, for a few years before she found ketones. So she finds this on Facebook, starts drinking it, and I don't know if y'all heard this story or not, but she drank it for a couple weeks before she shared it with me. And we're the type of best friends that if you don't tell me you got a new eyeliner, I'm going to be mad at you. Like you better tell me everything that you buy, everything that you do, especially if it's something good, you better tell me right away. So she waited like 2 weeks before she told me about Prove It and ketones. So when she did, I was so aggravated. I was like, wow. I was really hurt. Like, I cannot believe you held this back from me. But after I got over it, which was super quick, of course I wanted to try it. So I wanted to try it for a lot of reasons. Number one, Maddox was just a couple months old at the time. So I was holding on to all that extra pregnancy weight that didn't just magically fall off like I'd hoped. I was exhausted just from being a mom of two little kiddos. I could not sleep good at night. And that's just something that I struggled with for years and years. And on top of all of that, Stephen and I were in a really bad financial situation. I was going through like just some different baby blue stuff. And I was really sad to have to put Maddox in daycare and go back to work right away. I used to be a dental hygienist. And so that's really, I was looking for something that I could bring in enough money to be able to stay at home with him for a little bit longer. And so I was just, not in a great place. And so when she shared this with me, I was like, give it to me right now. I need it. Anything to make me lose some weight and feel better, I'm all for it, even though technically I could barely afford to buy it. But she also shared with me that she was going to be getting involved with the business side to make some money. And I was like, oh my gosh, sign me up for that too, because little did she know I had actually been praying for something. So we didn't know anything about ketones 3 years ago. We didn't know anything about the keto diet because it really wasn't even a thing back then. But all I knew was that if this product actually did what that little campfire said it was going to do. And it actually made you lose weight and made you go into ketosis within an hour, and all these things were going to happen. I just knew that this was going to be huge. So we jumped on board, and we didn't know what we were doing. All we knew was that we were super excited about what we had our hands on, and we wanted to share it with everybody that we possibly could. So Stephen and I just went to work sharing. We used social media, of course, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that. But we also just straight up reached out. So I'll tell you this, my number one tip, especially in the beginning stages of your business, and whether you've done this for a few weeks, a month, or you just got started yesterday, it does not matter. Make sure that you're sharing with anybody that knows you personally, anybody that you love, anybody that trusts you. Just reach out to them. Mandy uses this example, and I love it. And she says, if you won the lottery tomorrow and they said you could have this $1 million, but you got to share it with 5 friends, what would you do? Like, would you just post on Facebook, hey, who are my first 5 people that want to share this $1 million with me? No, you would reach out to your 5 people that you love the most. And so it's the same way with this. And that's what she did. I was one of the first few people that she shared with. So I want you guys to remember that, like, who are the people that you can just be like, girl, listen, I found this stuff. I don't know what the heck it is yet, but watch this video. I am so stinking excited about it. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't, like Jamie had said, you know, a lot of times, maybe this is the same thing. This is the same thing that Mandy kind of had in her mind. A lot of times people think, well, I need to make sure, I need to have these results. I want to have something to show people before I start sharing. That is not true at all. I had zero experience with drinking this product. I drank it like one time before I started sharing it with other people. So I did not have an incredible testimony. I did not have a before and after picture. I just started sharing based off of what the possibilities were, how excited I was about it, and what it had done for my friend Mandy. So anybody can do that, right? Anybody can be super excited about what you have your hands on, and you can share the results of someone else. I mean, y'all are all connected to Jamie, whether she be your, direct sponsor or just somewhere in your lineup. But Jamie, how much have you lost so far?
106.
Hello, 106. Yeah. So someone that you're directly connected with has had an incredible experience with fat loss. So if you have anybody who is interested in this product for fat loss and you haven't had that, any kind of real experience yet, I would automatically say, I want you to meet my friend Jamie. Hey girl, this is my friend Jamie. I literally just got started in this. So I don't have a testimony just yet, but I'm super excited because my friend Jamie here has lost 106 pounds. Let her show you her picture and tell you about her experience. So that's really all that we do here in general anyway, is just find people, talk to them, tell them what you have, tell them how excited you are about it. And then based on whatever their needs are, when they have questions, you get them connected to somebody else. I know a lot of times you kind of want to be everything for everyone and you want to be the one that answers all the questions, but let me give you a couple reasons why I want to really encourage you not to do that. Number one, you guys are all brand new. So whether you just got started yesterday or you've been here for a couple weeks or a month, there's literally no possible way that y'all know all there is to know, because I've been here for 3.5 years and I still don't know all the answers. Okay. So I don't want y'all to spend the time to go research ketones, to go research, all the medical questions, to find out how to answer all these questions. What we want you to do is spend your time talking to new people. So when someone has a question, the easiest thing to do is for you to get them connected to someone else or a video or whatever, and let that do the work for you. Another reason that works really well is it's just called third-party validation. And I want you to think about it like this. I use this example all the time because this is so true for me. You can talk me into anything. Like I'm like so gullible, but if I see someone that says, let's just talk about Tiger King, for instance, on Netflix. at first maybe you saw one of your friends that said, Lord, what in the heck is this Tiger King? Y'all have got to watch this. What have I gotten myself into? The next day you look on Facebook and you see 2 or 3 people posting about Tiger King. I mean, you're watching it right away. I know I did. I saw a couple comments about it and I was like, Stephen, we have to watch Tiger King. So it's kind of just, when you hear from more than one person that something's really good, it makes you want to do it. It's the same way with a restaurant or a good self-tanner or dry shampoo. Like, I don't care what it is. If my friend says it's good, I may be like, you know what, next time I need to buy dry shampoo, I'm going to get that kind maybe. But if I see it from multiple people, I'm going to get that dry shampoo. And I'm just, Stephen, are you laughing at me or coughing? Okay. I thought he was laughing at me. Yeah. But that's really just who I am. I'm very easily influenced. And so many people are like that. So I just want to encourage you when you're sharing this with people and, you're so excited about it, your friend may just, it's kind of like falling on deaf ears. They may be like, all right, Julie, we get it. We know we know you love these ketones, but when they get to hear it from someone else, I promise you it's going to make all the difference in the world. Now, does that mean that every single person that you get into a message with someone else on Facebook is going to purchase or become a promoter? No. So I don't want you to feel like that it's not working, because nobody has 100% success rate. I send out so many messages. I talk to so many people every day. I do connections all the time. And I get told no, y'all. I've had so much great success with this, but I get told no so much. So you just have to understand that a lot of times a no is just a not right now. Like, it's just not their time just yet for whatever reason. So never count anybody out. I'm kind of all over the place, but I just want to share this with you guys. I was talking with someone earlier, and a lot of times I will go back through and, message people when we have a sale, or, right now we've got the keto cream for 30% off. So I'm going to go through and message all kinds of people. And it could be someone that I've been talking to for the past 2 years and they've never purchased, but it could be just their right time tonight when they see that keto cream is 30% off. You know what I mean? So don't discard anybody for saying no, because usually it's a not right now. So let's recap what I've talked about so far. Reach out to your friends and family, people that you know, anybody that you could text or call or Facebook message, and it wouldn't be weird, right? So you're not just, you haven't seen this girl since high school or talked to her. You're not going to pop up in her inbox and be like, hey girl, let me tell you about what I found, because y'all know I hate that, right? I'm sure you guys do too, because we get it every day from someone selling something, and it's just like, you haven't talked to me since 92. What are you doing? So those people that you think of, like the people that you went to high school with, here's a great tip for that. Instead of just, coming out with it and popping in their inbox, put them on your list of people who you're going to talk to about regular stuff. Start commenting on old Susie Q's Facebook post about how cute her kids are and all that kind of good stuff. And then, it's kind of like rebuilding a relationship. So that way she will see you posting about, your experience or whatever. Or maybe in a couple weeks after you've had a few conversations with her, you will feel comfortable to tell her about what you have. So those are just a couple of tips right off the bat.
I love that, Jess, because that's one of the things that I think is really different about our company is that, we don't immediately just hit people's inboxes.
Yeah.
So much stuff on Facebook, I'll get friend requests, and I try to accept them all until they show me they're a weirdo creepo, and then I block them. And, but within a few minutes, it happens from a lot of companies, and it's the very first message is, you would be great, join my team. I'm like, well, if you looked at my page at all, I already am a team. I have people, we do things, right? But it really is about building the relationship. Mm-hmm. And that's what I tell people when people say, oh, I'm not a salesman. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm a salesman either. It's just how we live. It's just that they're part of literally every part of our life, that we live. And it's natural that way.
Yeah. So don't feel, it's okay to reach out to people, like I said, that know and love and trust you, where it wouldn't be weird. But for everybody else, let's just utilize social media and some of the great trainings that we have. Y'all would be on here next week if I started going over that kind of stuff with you. But We have some really great videos in our Prove It Promoter page. And I'll tell you, the one that I love to start people out on, people who are, just now getting started in the business and maybe just getting started building their social media up, is if you'll go to the Prove It Promoter page. It's a group on Facebook. It's called Prove It Promoter. Hopefully all of you guys are in it. If you're not, all you have to do is request to join and answer the questions, and they'll get you approved. Let me tell you really quick. It says popular topics when you first go into the group, and then I want you to click on virtual playbook. And there's all these videos are great. Like I said, I don't want you guys spending your whole life watching all the videos. Just watch them here and there when you can. But the first one I would love for y'all to watch, because I think it's so good, is it's Mandy. The screenshot or whatever is of Mandy like that. And it says virtual playbook with Katie Rollins and Mandy Mitchell, art of attracting and social media basics. So those are two very important things that you should learn right off the bat. So this is a great training, a great way for you guys just to kind of figure out how we do all this, because so many times people are like, they don't know what to do. So they either do nothing or they do the wrong thing. And by wrong thing, I mean, post a flyer or, maybe post a link of your challenge link or something, or a stock picture of the 10-day challenge, or give too much information. Like, we want to teach you guys how to keep this, keep it curious for as long as you can. So it's okay if you've already posted something. Don't feel like that you've, ruined it or anything like that. But moving forward, we want you to remember how to attract people by telling stories about what this has done for you. And what that would look like, I'll just use an example really quickly, is, it could be a lot of different things, but I don't post about, I have so many great benefits from this, but when I make a post, I don't post about my fat loss or my appetite control and my energy and the really great sleep I had last night and how I didn't yell at my kids and how I folded all the laundry. Like, I just choose one of those things and focus on that for the day. So my post tomorrow may be a picture of like all my folded laundry or something. And it could say something like, normally this would have sat in the laundry room for a week, but I just had my magic drink and knocked all of this out in 30 minutes. Who the heck am I? Or something like that. I mean, I just totally made that up, but I just make stuff up off the top of my head. But you see what I'm saying? So a mom who's chilling at home on quarantine with a laundry room full of laundry, laid up on the couch, bored to death, zero energy, when she sees that Jamie is doing all this laundry because she has a magic drink, like, your friend's going to be like, what the heck is this magic drink? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Same thing with fat loss. I love to say things like, or have people say things like, I used to go to the cabinet every 30 minutes. It is 2:00 in the afternoon and I have not even thought about food all day. What is happening to me? I'm so thankful I found this secret weapon. And so that would catch my attention. If I read that on someone's Facebook, being someone who, used to literally go to the cabinet or the refrigerator every 30 minutes, and I read that, I would be like, girl, what do you have? Tell me everything. So those are just examples of how to attract people to you without shoving what you have down their throats. Because another reason why you don't want to do that is because a lot of times people will come to their own conclusions before they even know what the heck this is. So they could be like, nope. They could see you posting about it and say, nope, not doing the keto diet. I tried that. I can't do it. Well, this isn't the diet, but they just didn't realize it or had the assumption that it was related to it. They could Google. They could, see the price and just completely have their guard up and say no, and you would never even know that they were even interested in it. You know what I mean? So making really great Facebook posts and getting lists of people is that's what it is. It's creating a list of people that are at least interested in what you have. So is everybody that comments on your Facebook post going to become a customer or promoter right away? No, but you have them on your list, and these are the people that you can go back to when we, when you have a sale or a trial pack special or something like that. I'm telling y'all, I can talk so long. Jamie, do you have anybody that's had specific questions or anything that you really feel like I need to talk about?
I don't know that there's anything specific. Do any of you guys have? I will tell y'all, Jackie did her first virtual Keto Life party. Was it Friday night? I was so proud of her. Yeah, she did a great job with it. So that was fun. That was really a cool thing to do, and it made me realize how much I've missed Keto Life parties.
Yeah,
we're home. Just
I know, me too. Have y'all done any 10-10 calls with this group?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if y'all even know what a 10-10 call is, but it's basically 10 minutes of talking about what this is, how it works, and how to get the best results. And then about 10 minutes on how you can get it for free, and then how there's an opportunity involved. Super laid back, super casual. Prove It's been doing them. I know we have one tomorrow night at, I think, 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern. I'm sure they'll send out the information, but they do them and they're awesome. So if you want to plug your interested people into those. But what I really love to do is just personal ones. So like we could take this group right here. We could pick a night. We would want to pick a couple nights or a couple days or whatever. So like, let's just say, for instance, we were going to do one Wednesday night at 6. So what you guys would do is reach out to all of your customers who are, whether they've got a trial or they've ordered from your website, anybody that you've talked to about it, and then anybody that you just think would be interested at all, and just invite them to the call. Hey girl, could you hop on a super quick call Wednesday night at 6? A couple of my girlfriends are going to be on that, have had great success and been doing this for a long time. And they're just going to share about how all this works and how you can get the best results possible. And then shoot them the link. If they say, no, I can't make it at that time or whatever, that's why it's really good to have a backup. So you could say, oh, no big deal. We're actually having another one Friday at 2. Could you hop on that one? Something like that. So we've been doing that with groups, and that's how we got started 3.5 years ago. And it just works, guys, because there's really just something about seeing someone on a Zoom and hearing someone's voice. And, it's just a little bit more personal than just a Facebook message. So Jamie, if that's something you want to do, just
I think that would be great. I think that would be, and I think knowing that it's people that they know, you know what I mean? And like seeing some familiar faces and stuff. Like I love the ones from the, all the specialists that we've been doing. But I think for people that are fairly new to Zoom, and like this is, you know what I mean? Like it's an unfamiliar territory. Sometimes it's a little awkward to get them to come on and engage. But to do it and know that it's going to be people that they're used to seeing, I think kind of takes some of that weird out.
And it can be, just a few people. It's not like you guys have to have 100 people on. Like it can be 4 people. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then something else that we like to do too is, we mentioned, we talk about getting your product for free, and we make a really big deal about that. And then we invite everyone to invite people to the next call. So, at the end of the call, we'd be like, listen, we're doing this again on Friday at 2 o'clock. If you have a couple people that you think could benefit from this, let's get them on the call too and get you drinking ketones, because it is everybody, we still have like 3 days left in this month. So if we do this over the next couple of days, y'all, we can get your customers to be able to get their ketones for free in May. So I love the end of the month stuff because they can get started right away and get their 2 customers, so that way they never have to pay for their product again. You know what I mean?
If you're open to doing a couple of those, like we can pick a couple of days this week. And what do y'all think about that? Do y'all like the idea of that? Yeah, I think that would be really cool. And that way we can, what you said, have a couple of dates to do it.
Yes, let's do it. I think that would be a great idea.
And I think it makes it easier when you're reaching out to people. Like if you're personally inviting them to something that, like your team is doing, I think it gives you like a little easier reason to, especially if you've been in touch with them recently.
Right.
Like, oh, hey, we just decided we're going to do that this week.
Mm-hmm.
Want to, hop on.
And my next tip or thing that I really think is so super important is just that I want you guys to remember that to always have the conversation or make the ask. And what that means is when you're talking to them about the product, always say, also, remember that word, also, because that's going to help you remember. Also, I'm not sure if you would be interested, but you can actually drink this for free every month. and even make a little bit of extra money. I would love to tell you a little bit more about that. No big deal if you're not interested, or no big deal if you don't want to do it. Whatever, just bring it up, say something about it. And here's the reason why, is because I think a lot of times we get into our heads, or we think they would never want to do this, they don't need any money, or I don't want to be pushy, I don't want them to, I don't want them to be uncomfortable or whatever. But if Mandy had not mentioned it to me, like, I can't imagine what my life would be like now. And so I always keep that in the back of my mind whenever I'm just talking with anyone, is I don't know what they've been praying for. I don't know what their financial situation is. But if I don't ask them, then I'll never know. You know what I mean? And I could be their lifeline. So I just want you to keep that in mind. And another really simple way to do that too is when you have someone who's ordering, or if they say, yeah, I'm ready to do it, just say, okay, cool. Do you want to get started as a customer or a promoter? Like, how easy is that, just to ask them, do you want to be a customer or promoter? And then most of the time they'll say, well, what's the promoter about? What does that mean? You know what I mean? And then it just kind of opens up that door for you to have that conversation. Another thing, or another great tip that I can give you guys, is get people on the phone. Like I love, Messenger. I love text. I love that I don't have to spend all my time on the phone like people used to have to do in network marketing back in the day. Because we can reach so many more people. If we just did phone calls, it would be tough. But if you have someone who's interested in becoming a promoter, and they're really, truly interested, and, you're excited about it and you think they would be great, just say, hey, do you have a time that I could just call you really quick and give you some info? It would be so much easier than me trying to tell you all this through Facebook. Find out what time they're available, and then put it in your support chat. All you have to do is say, hey, I've got a potential. They can chat this afternoon at 3. Is anyone able to hop on with me? And between Jamie and myself and Ashley and Mandy and Melissa and Stephanie, there's just a whole line of people who are here to support all of y'all. We will find someone who can get on the phone with your potential. And I'll tell you that, I don't seal the deal every single time, but I see so many more promoters come on board after they've had a true phone conversation in comparison to just a Facebook chat. Okay. So that's another huge thing that I just want to recommend. And once you get into the habit of it and you see it working, you'll be like, oh my gosh, like, do you guys see on the leaderboards the people like Brittany Nelson, that's, bringing in all that new volume every month?
Yeah, Julie and Stephanie on here this month that's on that leaderboard too. Yes. They've been killing it. Yeah. They've been like major.
And the only thing different between the number 1 person on the leaderboard and the number 50 person on the leaderboard is just truly how many conversations that they've had. So the more people that you're willing to talk to, the more time that you're willing to put into this, then the more success you're going to see. And there's no magic answer to anything. Honestly, if I can do this and be successful, anybody can. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I don't have any kind of special talents. I live in a very small town. I don't know how this happened for me. And it's just, I really truly believe it's just because I have a burning desire. And I know that it's possible. So I'm not going to stop until I get there. So whether you want to make a few $100s a month, or if you want to go freaking crazy and make $1 million and change your whole financial situation, we are here to support you and hold your hand in whatever that means. So just stay plugged in. We have lots of really great stuff out there for anybody who's just wants to soak it all in and get as much information as possible. And like I said, don't be afraid to reach out. Like, Jamie is so great, you guys. Like, I don't know, I'm sure y'all already know, but man, y'all are so blessed and lucky to have her, because she truly does care about every single one of you guys. And same thing for me. And we just want to see you be successful. We just want to see this work for you. And I'm just so super excited. And the Dollar Keto Club too, y'all. We still have 3 days for that. So I have been going crazy, just reaching out to everybody and saying, hey, did you know you can get 40% off this month? Let me know if you want more info on that. And I'm just treating it like a promo. And when they ask, or I'm not going into it with, hey, would you be interested in being a promoter or anything? I just say, would you like to get 40% off ketones this month? And everybody's saying yes. So then I'm just, doing the copy and paste, giving them the spiel about what it means. And I always say, it's $1 to be a promoter. So if you want to share this with people, I would love to help you do that and make some money. But also, if you don't think you want to share and you just want to take advantage of this great discount, you can do that too, because it's just $1. Mm-hmm. And so I've had a lot of customers come on board with the $1 Keto Club, or, upgrade to promoter. And what I'm doing with them still is just kind of treating them like a promoter. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, well, would you put this post up on Facebook, and let's get your product for free next month, and just trying to do stuff like that. So I have had people who didn't think they wanted to do it change their minds. So I just want to encourage you, if you're going after, a new rank up, or if you're trying to hit the MVP multiplier, or whatever it is that you're working on, man, take advantage of that $1 Keto Club and this 30% off keto cream, and don't let your foot off the gas. I know sometimes for new promoters, you may think, well, it's April 27th, the month's gone, but we are literally just getting started. Who knows what the heck they're going to roll out? Y'all know how it goes if you've been here any length of time. The end of the month, those last couple of days is like a lifetime in Prove It Land.
I think it's interesting because, I've been very quiet since we started about like the business end of it, you know what I mean? And even most of these people have known me for a long time. And so like when I signed up, I signed up because I thought I would get a discount. Like that was the whole reason. I didn't intend to do a business, and it just changed my life. And so I think you can't underestimate your energy about it even when you're writing a post. I know that sounds weird, but like your energy translates through. Right. And so when you have that shift of the energy, I know when I'm off, because I know my response and reactions to stuff is low, and when I'm like working at a higher level of like genuine energy, not forced, not fake or whatever, then the return and the comeback is there as well. And so people feel that energy. I think right now so many people are just starved for interaction. And I'm not saying to have fake conversations, but like genuine conversations with people. Yeah. And people will open up to you in ways you wouldn't think about in these conversations. Like I've had very in-depth personal conversations with people that originally reached out for ketones, you know what I mean? And they do end up becoming a customer. Yeah. And they just share a lot. For me, I didn't intend to start a business. And I was always very quiet because I felt like a lot of people felt like money wasn't an issue for me. And, I really didn't talk about like how much I could make or how much I earned. And for those that know, I'm going through a divorce now, and I've not worked outside the home in 18 years. So literally Prove It has been the only income that I've been counting on for months, that's for me personally, for me and my kids. And it's a life changer. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter where you are. And I think don't assume that just because you think somebody's at a certain place in their life that they don't need it. You know what I mean? Like some people want it and they want that opportunity, and some people need it. And it's easy to assume based on what we think we're seeing, whether they need it or they want it.
Yeah.
I never dreamed, 18 months later that I would have a business, like I do, to Prove It. But it's pretty typical, you know what I mean, for me to make, I don't know, I'm supposed to say amounts, but like I make a sizable amount each month with it. And it's to me to know that's money that I can literally put back and know that that's grocery money, that's gas money, you know what I mean? And things like that right now is really a life-changing place to be.
And just like it is for you, because of your situation, there's a lot of people in that situation right now because of everything that's going on in the world today. Yeah. And people never expected, their lives changed almost overnight. And so we have a way for them to bring in income and help their families and, Prove It. In a time like this, you would think that our numbers would be down, but we're up like 25% this month in comparison to last month.
My business has been busier than it has been in like 2 to 3 months. And part of that was my focus and shift of just like what's been going on personally for me. But but I mean, I've had a ton of people that have come back around or tried samples a year ago that have now, you know, purchased and become customers, when I honestly would have thought, you know what I mean, it would have been quite the opposite. So
yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons. I mean, a lot of mamas sitting at home eating snacks, feeling like a busted can of biscuits, need to do something, and just tired and grumpy. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of people, yes, they've lost their jobs and money is an issue, but a lot of people are working now more than ever and making more money than they've ever made. And so there's plenty of people out there who want what we have and are willing to purchase it. There's a lot of people out there who are looking for our opportunity. So I just want to encourage everybody just to double down and over these last few days of the month, and let's see what we can do. So Jamie, if you want to, y'all just pick a couple times this week for calls. I'll make it work. If I can't do it, I'll find somebody else who can hop on. And
perfect.
You're awesome. So obviously I'll make sure that somebody tag teams it with you. Like you
for
can
sure.
Yourself.
Yeah. That works. And I think just in case y'all haven't seen it, there is a new video up on the Prove It Promoter page about the COVID and like the verbiage of what we can use and not use. And it's not a long video, but it's one we have to watch and be aware of. Just make sure when you're making your post that you're not hashtagging COVID, you know, Corona.
Don't even say immunity or anything.
Immunity, like yeah, like things like that. And so it's just, I mean, it's very basic, but they actually give you like a list of words to just avoid using just for compliance sake. And that's something fairly new. We've not really like talked a whole lot about that in the past. Every now and then, you know, compliance stuff would come up, but just be cautious with it. Cause I mean, heck, it's what we all are talking about. So it's kind of hard, you know what I mean, to avoid it, but we can't put it in context with ketones. So
yeah.
But that was the other thing. So I think 10-10 calls this week would be awesome.
Okay. Does everybody feel good? Do y'all have any other specific questions that you can think of before we hop off? No? Well, I really appreciate your time. I'm so glad that y'all hopped on with us. I recorded this, so if you have any team members that weren't able to get on, I'll get Steven, because I don't know how, to transfer this over, and we'll get the link over to y'all, okay?
Thank you, Jessica. We love you.
Okay, I love you guys so much. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye, guys. See y'all. Bye.